guys, ako nga pala si Ryan. Isa ako sa mga magiging mentors nyo sa Physics 05 or General Physics 1, which is a very challenging subject or course. Pero yun nga, bago tayo magsimula, pumunta muna kayo sa ating course homepage. May makita kayo dyang jump start activity. Maglalaro tayo doon ng icebreaker. Maraming salamat, babalikan po namin kayo.
is Aaron Ladines. Welcome to General Physics, or as the course code suggests, welcome to Physics 05. Um, I would be glad to teach you this course along with Jen, Jerome, Cedric, Ryan, and John Edison. And I would like to congratulate you all for making it this far, since that means you have passed your prerequisites like math and the subfields under it like geometry, trigonometry, algebra, and so on. So, what would you expect after finishing this course? Well, you will notice that the lessons you will learn or the topics you will learn can be integrated on other topics or on other courses like mechanics. And the lessons here are somewhat connected with each other. So it's very important to establish a very good understanding in the first part of general physics. So with that said, let's take a look at the rules of our organization. So first of all, we have respect. We, the mentors, will of course respect the mentees or our students, and hopefully you guys, the students, would respect us as well. Next, of course, we are also humans, and we have work hours. So our organization has a given time open for your questions and concerns, and our organization is open around 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the evening. And outside of that given time frame, we will not entertain your concerns, inquiries, or questions or messages on other matters. Next, we have a strict prohibition in which asking for answers from us or your fellow students is highly restricted, since it will not really benefit you at all. That will be considered cheating, and again, that would not benefit both parties as well, since it's like we, the mentors, are not teaching you well in that manner. Next, this is a fun one, since your membership for this class or a certain class is good for a term already. So with that said, let's take a look at what general physics is all about. So general physics 1 is especially designed for you guys to have a solid grasp of everyday phenomena of what's happening around you, whether it's just a stationary car or a ball you throw, and so on. And as I said a while ago, prerequisite courses like math and the topics under it like algebra, geometry, trigonometry, as well as basic calculus are highly applied in this course. Then we have topics included are kinematics, work, energy, power, momentum, collision, circular motion, gravitation, fluid mechanics as well, and waves. And for the requirements of this course, you only need your scientific calculator. But I would like to add on to that, because you guys need a proper foundation in reading comprehension, since reading comprehension really helps a lot in tackling and analyzing physics problems. So let's take a look at the topics you are going to learn for this course. So starting off, we have standards and units. So all laws or all formulas in physics have a physical quantity followed by a standard unit itself, since we have to know what variable are we talking about. For example, 9 meters per second. With that said, we are talking about speed, or in this case we have watts per hour. Then we are talking about power. Next, we have vectors. Vectors are represented by arrows, and arrows is directly proportional to the direction of the quantity, and the length of the arrow is proportional to the um, how large or strong the magnitude of a variable is. So that is vectors. It is also a great way for us to illustrate invisible forces or forces acting upon an object, and so on. Next, we have linear kinematics, and this is a very wide topic, but it's also very a simple one. Since we are only focusing on the movement of a particle or that object without considering any other external forces acting upon it that could make it speed up or make it slow down. And in linear kinematics, the particles are traveling in one axis or one direction as we speak. Next, we have projectile motion. It's very similar to linear kinematics since this time it's traveling at two-dimensional axes. Since, for example, you throw a ball upwards, you see the ball travel upwards, so it travels at the y dimension or the y-axis. Then as it lands, you notice that the ball is very far away from you. So that means that the ball traveled a horizontal distance. So projectile motion, two-dimensional axis. For the next set of topics, we have relative motion. It's also very similar to linear kinematics, but in this case, we are considering the other particles or the other objects that moves along with the object we are looking for, or it is moving away or opposite to the object we are solving or finding an answer. Next, we have Newton's laws of motion and its applications. Now, with these three laws, it laid the foundation of mechanics itself, and it will be applied to the next set of topics. And it really has a lot of applications. Next, we have work, energy, and power. In this case, there's already external forces acting on an object, hence the arrow within the circle object. So work, it is the applied force to the object. Then we also have power, which is the work transferred to the object or the energy transferred to the object as well. So basically, work, energy, and power is all about transfer of energy to one object to another. Next, we have momentum, impulse, and collision. For this topic, Newton's laws of motion and its applications are very well applied in this topic as well, since we will study the behavior of an object or two objects when it collides with each other or it bounces and so on, like that. Those are the cases, at least. Next, we have gravitation. In this topic, we would be observing a particle or an object gravitating towards another object that has a center of gravity, just like Earth, or a ball dropping to Earth. Next, we have rotational mechanics. This one is also very similar to the linear kinematics, but in this case, we would be observing a particle and studying an object in a circular motion or manner. Next, we have fluid statics. In this topic, we would be studying the pressure within a certain level of level within the fluid, the invisible forces acting upon the fluid itself as well, and so on. Next, we have thermodynamics. This is basically the transfer of heat from one system to another, or one system to the surroundings, or the surrounding systems to, or the surrounding to the system, I mean. So, we are going to talk about entropy, enthalpy in this topic as well. Then lastly, we would be tackling about periodic motion. This is basically a repetitive motion. For example, we have a rocking chair. It has a repeating rocking motion, or a pendulum which does a repetitive swinging motion, or just a ball traveling down a spring-like track. So that is all. Please take note that we may not have enough time to teach the topic of gravitation, thermodynamics, and periodic motion as well, since it may be anticipated that, again, there would be not much time for these topics to be taught to you guys. But hopefully it would be taught, and yes, we are looking forward to that. Another thing to note, there are also subtopics within these lessons. For example, we have the application of the law of conservation of mechanical energy under Newton's laws of motion and applications. We also have the applications of law of conservation of momentum under momentum, impulse, and collisions. We also have the topics of Newton's law of gravitation, then the law of planetary motion by Kepler. Then we also have escape velocity under gravitation. Yes, and that is all. So I am looking forward to teach all of you guys, and the only thing I would really recommend is to practice certain and very hard cases in physics problems, since that is the only way you could apply like everything you have learned from this course. And yes, to end this portion, I would like to congratulate you all once again for making it this far, and I will see you all on the teaching sessions. Good luck, everyone.